Record. Hi, I just want to welcome you all to our summit today. And today we're actually featuring one of our incredible experts. I'm sure you've seen him on his YouTube, especially his YouTube shorts. Okay. And his name is Keith McNabb, and he's over here in Canada. You got to love Canada, right? The land of the syrup. That's what I always think. You know what I mean? The pure maple syrup that builds muscle mass. So anyway, I am just so excited to have Keith on here with us. He has such great energy. He loves people. His focus is a lot about getting our dad bods back in order. All right. And the mindset that goes with that. So all of you dads out there, you men, you have to listen to this. Women, all right, if you've been on your man for a while, I'll tell you what, Keith has some really great strategies to get them on board. All right. And it's not like it's going to take forever. He has laser focused his program to where he can transform your life in literally 3 months. 369. That's 90 days. You can do this in 90 days. So Keith, welcome. We're so excited that you're here with us. So tell us first, tell like our audience, I know already about your background and where you came from and everything, but why don't you just give them a little bit of a preface of what brought you to this place?
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for having me on. And yeah, I think my story is really typical of everyone else's. I was active as a kid, played tag, sports, and as it progressed into university, you just sort of become a little bit more inactive. And coupled with the stress of education and bad eating, I went down a really bad road, and I became the heaviest that I ever was. Uh, it took a girl touching my stomach and then cringing for me to realize, I need to do something about this. I never really started a weightlifting program before, so it was all new to me. Went to the gym. I got the beginner gains, so you go there, and if you do anything, you'll get something at least. And I stuck with that for a while, and I kind of wanted to get into video game design. Very competitive field. So my mom had just gotten a personal trainer, and she said, "Hey, why don't you try doing this as a way to sort of supplement your income as you're looking for a video game job?" And the video game job just didn't really come, but the personal training just sort of took off, and I had all these people that were looking for help, and I was able to help them, and it just sort of just became my full time gig, and I've done it for 16 years. Um, Running my own business has definitely been difficult. And when I became a dad, just like all the other dads, my fitness just went down. The new challenges and tasks of having a new kid, all the stress and the change to your habits and routines. I just sort of like, I'm focusing on the baby and not on myself. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of went on for a while. And as she
And
stopped
you
being
do
an
hear of that, right? It's not just the mom. You know what I mean? It's not just the mom that had the baby, but you always hear too that the dads go through this, you know what I mean? Go through this transition too. And no one really talks about it. And it's almost like it's not even allowed. Like it's like, no, man, you guys keep going because we're the ones that birth it. But no, I mean, it's like it really is a transition, right? It's like a family unit. I love that. I love that. So dads, you guys are not left out. Yeah.
Oh no, it's super important for both parents to be physically active because you're a role model to your kids.
Mhm.
They're going to mimic and mirror not only the behaviors that you do, but the things that you eat, the things that you say. It's just so important for you to reflect that to your kids and to set them up for healthy habits. Like, get them into sports, get them into the gym early, when they're teenagers, so that they know and it becomes normal and that they're not like, an adult being like, "Oh, I've never been to the gym before. What do I do?" And I'm so intimidated, right? Like, it's so important for dads to take that leadership role, to not become a Homer Simpson.
Mhm.
And that's sort of where I saw myself becoming, just becoming lazy, becoming stupid, just not becoming involved with my kids anymore. And it's just like, I worked, I'm home, leave me alone, just let me just relax, right? And, when dealing with the kids, getting upset, unfortunately yelling at them just because that was where my mental state was at. And in that time, I tried several times to get it back, go really hard at it, which I think a lot of people do, right? They start a routine and they go too hard and they're like, I've been training so hard and, it's been a month and I don't have any results. And it's like, well, yeah. You've been living this lifestyle for how many years? You think you could just like change it in a month? And the it's like that picture of the guy digging for gold, right? And he gives up the second that the gold is like right there, right? And that's what happens. You've gone through a month, you've set up a routine, like you just need to stick with it and be consistent. You will get there. It's maybe not tomorrow or the next day, but you will get there.
Yeah. No, I love that. And so then do you remember the moment when there was a shift in your mind and you were just like, okay, I'm going to stay so accountable to myself, because now you do it. Your focus is staying, making sure your clients stay accountable. So when you first were craving that, could you just not find it, or what was it?
Yeah, so I didn't do the things that I've learned that need to be employed to get that mindset created. Having a vision. So if you don't have a vision, like if you don't have a vision, you are living your life on autopilot.
Yeah.
And where you end up in life is solely responsible on you, because it's not like, oh, this event happened or this event happened, so that's why I'm here. No, you didn't have a vision, so you ended up wherever you ended up. So it's so important. That's what I do with my clients. We make sure that we have a crystal clear vision. And a lot of people say vision, okay? So, oh, my vision is I want to get rich or I want to get healthy. No.
Right.
Peel it like an onion. Why do you want to be healthy? Why do you want to be rich? I want to be healthy so that I can be around for my kids. Oh, okay. Then that's a good reason. That's a motivating reason. And for me, that was part of it, is that I wanted to be a better dad. I wanted to be a better person. I wanted to look in the mirror. I wanted to be able to look at myself in the mirror, because I think that was something too that I didn't do in that phase. Like I would not look myself in the eyes.
Yeah.
Because I just disgusted with what I saw. So I did. Now the vision is, first thing I do in the morning, I wake up straight to the mirror. I cover my dominant eye. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. That's how I start my day now. And everyone needs to do that. Like if you're not starting your day like that, tomorrow, that's how you're going to do it.
That's good. That's good.
So that's one of the big, driving factors.
Yeah. Mirror work is powerful, isn't it? And I see what you're saying. Even people have a hard time even just looking at their own eyes in the mirror. So I think that's a really good challenge that you're presenting to our audience today. Like, just give it a shot. Just go in there. And okay. And my question is to you, why do you cover one eye? I've never heard of that before. What is that?
Just the thought process is covering the dominant eye forces your subconscious to be a little bit more employed, because the whole purpose of mindfulness training is to reprogram your subconscious. And that was the other point I was going to get to, is beliefs, right? I'm 36. I've been around the block a couple times. It's not my first rodeo. And the longer you're around, the more beliefs, you gain. And beliefs are good, right? I believe when I turn this knob to this door, the door will open and there's not going to be some weird monster or dangerous thing on the other side of the door. That's a belief we have. But we also, without even thinking about it, get these beliefs like, I'm not a morning person, like, or, I'm not an artist. And it's like, no, that's a belief that you have. And if you change your belief and went into that activity believing that you'd be successful, then you're more likely to be successful than the person starting out being like, well, I don't think this is going to work. Like, why are you even doing it? Right. And that's why the mindset, the change has to happen inside before it can be reflected outward.
That's awesome. Yeah. So is that something that you really work a lot on your clients, is like just to shift that mindset? Like, do you have them come to you and they're like, well, I'm just not a gym person. And then you're thinking, okay, even though we're in the gym, it's not like we love to go to the gym every day. I mean, it's like we just make ourselves. I mean, do you find that sometimes too, like that you just have clients that where you're, you know what I mean, constantly just letting them know it's not like all these gym people are like, I just like, I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, like that one is a difficult one. Like, you know, making the gym fun is definitely what I, you know, prioritize. You know, you're doing a form of cardio, do the one you like. Like, you know, do the bike, but at the beginning, right? And then that's where people get in the comfort zone where, well, you know, I've been doing this for 6 months and I'm still going to continue to do the things I love. No, 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 no. You're past that phase. You're no
Mm,
longer a beginner. You're in an
mm,
intermediate. And I was actually just talking to a prospect. You know, he's 315 pounds, and he went down to 270, and that's terrific. That's awesome. To go from that to, you know, from like say 200 to 150 is more challenging, and there's to be a slightly bigger commitment, and there you need to be out of that comfort zone. So um, yeah, it's one of the beliefs. You know, food being pleasure, gym being pain. That's a belief that we definitely need to change.
mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. No, I love that. I love how you talk about just being committed. And that's one of the big things I talk about too, is it's like, just because we're eating, do you know what I mean? Like it's very important also to take time to eat, not just for pleasure, but also for the simple fact of like nutrients and minerals, because that's what our body needs, you know? And you're so right. We get caught in these like just comfort zones, and it's like just shaking them up. And that's what I love. That's why I can see like how motivating you are, and like the clientele that you draw, because it's like you have this way of being like, listen, I love you. But if you're wanting that soft touch of like, okay, well, I'll just work around your schedule. Like, I'm not the trainer for you. But if you're really coming in here for a change and you really want results, I'm your guy. We're going to do it. We're going to have fun, but we're going to get results, you know? And I love that. I feel like that's so powerful. That's so, so powerful. So, as we're moving forward, I know that you have like big plans and you're a visionary. Where are you going with your company? Like where are you going? Like what is your mindset for the future and just going forward?
So my big grandiose vision would be to end the obesity epidemic.
Mm,
Um,
yes.
Obviously, I'm only one person, and it's so out of control. Even in Canada, it's starting to, you know, Americanization. But just globally, like it's an issue. It's taxing on our healthcare system.
Mm-hmm.
It's you know, and COVID, you know, COVID happened, whether you believe it's real or not. We're we haven't done anything to change the world.
Yeah.
Like we're just waiting for another disease to come out there. The people who are taking care of themselves, they're going to be more likely to be okay in the event that some other new outbreak happens or COVID mutates again or whatever it is. It's, you know, we only have one life.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to be scared to take care of yourself. You should want to do it for the benefits, but you know, there really is no reason not to. Like, what
Yeah.
reason do you have not to exercise?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have enough time. Well, let's get right out your day, right?
Yeah.
Everything you do in your day, I bet we'll find some time there, right?
Yeah.
You know, maybe, and if you can't, combined exercise,
Mm-hmm.
combine
Mm-hmm.
exercise with family time. You know, get your kids exercising with you.
Yeah.
Watch a TV show while you're exercising. Like, not having enough time is not an excuse.
Right, right. No, you're 100% right about that. And I think it's so true too, because we always have excuses. And I feel like even dads, when they're like running a household, it's like they feel like their health is like secondary to everything else. But like what you said earlier, when we first started, chatting, you were like, you can have the entire world. I mean, you can have everything. I mean, you can have all the riches and fame, but if you don't have your health, what do you have? What if we go through another crisis like the pandemic again, and you don't have your health, and then you're not there for your family? Like what else is more valuable than just learning these? And the thing that I love about your program too is like you give like a solid foundation. So once someone comes and they join you and they're with you for that time, it's like now they have the tools, okay? And they can't deny it because they've learned them, it's been embedded, they've like trusted you, with that time with them. And so from there on out, it's like no excuses. And so that's what's like so amazing. And it's even like generational. It's like they can share what you have taught them to their kids, to their family. And then it just kind of keeps going. It just becomes part of life. So did you grow up in a household where health and nutrition was a big part of your life growing up as a child?
Not like, kind of in the middle.
Okay.
Not really super unhealthy, not really super healthy. I was always a picky eater, which is kind of made
You're like, my mom tried.
She did try. She did try. Single mom, so she did the best she could.
Yeah.
And yeah, but just even when I got some results, again, that's a mindset, being a picky eater, right? I've had to work on that and change that as part of my vision and my goals. And that was, what held me back for the longest time. And I've seen this with so many clients who they're putting in the work at the gym, and there's I'm not getting any results. And okay, well, let's look at your diet.
Yeah.
You're eating terribly. You're not getting enough protein. You're eating way too many carbs. You're not getting any good fat. And it's like every 5 hours that you put in at the gym, you should probably put in at least 1 hour in the kitchen. Like you need to look at it in that way, because what's the point of putting all that work in and not doing the whole thing? Like,
yeah, that's good.
Nutrition is so big. It's such a big part of it. And what I also do is, with the whole dopamine cycle, all these people, they're addicted to that lifestyle. They're addicted to eating it. So yo-yo dieting doesn't work. It's about gradual, sustainable lifestyle changes. So eating fast food 2 times a day, let's shoot it down to one day you only eat it once a day. And then a week, let's shoot it down to 2 days you only eat it once. And we're gradually doing it, and that's sustainable.
Yeah.
It's not about like you're never going to be able to eat a burger again. You're never going to be able to have pizza. No. You can enjoy those things, but not only do you have to switch your mindset in how you eat, like, you can't like no. This is pizza. This is your reward.
Yeah.
Slowly savor it. Be present. You wanted this pizza, enjoy it. If you're distracted and you're just like, or if you want to have candy, you have a sweet tooth, great. But again, same idea. If you're shoving like 30 sour candies or 50 chips in your mouth at once, you're hungry for protein, not sweets. Like your body's telling you, and you just not able to recognize the signals it's telling you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you definitely have a lot of knowledge in this field for sure. I love it. So good. So how can our listeners get in touch with you? Where's like the main platform that you like people to go to for you?
Yeah. So my YouTube is the trainer guy, with my shorts. I got a series where, I try to like relate it back to something. I did one where it's like, they say the money can't buy you happiness, but a workout, that won't cost you anything. And so stop with the excuses and go work at it. Like, so
I love it. I love it. I love it. And you even have like your jokes. I don't know if you remember any of them, but you know how like you have like your platform of like fitness jokes. It is so good. Yeah, it's so uplifting.
Oh, you saw those?
Yes. And so I encourage you all, like literally, if you're feeling like, I don't even want to go to the gym today, jump on Keith's YouTube channel and it will motivate you. Just put it on, get ready, get out the door, is so fun, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Now, I also know that Keith has a free giveaway for you all. So I'm going to actually put all of his contact information in this video below, and you can just opt in. I'll give you the page. You can just opt in. You come in your email, and he has a free giveaway that's really going to help you all, especially you dads out there. And this is like so transformational. Like, he does not mess around. He has such a heart to be out there to help this community, and you know, across the world. Like, this is international. And so even if you're listening to this and you're a mom, you're a wife, or you know, you have a love out there, I encourage you to send this to your man and connect them with Keith. And Keith has a lot of amazing free resources all throughout his channels, and you know what he's giving away here, just so generous. And we so appreciate you, Keith, doing this for us. We just love it. Awesome. And if you all have any other questions or comments, just go ahead and contact us, and we can help you through this process. Keith, so I just want to end with, what is it like, what would be the number one takeaway that you want our audience to go away with today?
Don't wait. Don't wait until a life event happens.
Yeah.
I had a guy come to me, and he was like, oh yeah, I need to make a change. And he didn't sign up with me. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll start in like a month. And 2 weeks later, he calls, he's like, oh, I'm in the hospital. I've had a stroke. And I'm just like, well, number one, I can't work with you because, you know, you're liability. And he's now in that mindset of, oh, you know, now he's contacting me. He's like, oh yeah, let's go. I'm ready to go. Like, I need to choose. And it's like, don't let that be you.
Yeah, that's good.
You only have one life. You only have one body. And, you know, the second that something happens, like the second you break your leg, that's when you appreciate walking.
Yeah.
The second you lose your health, that's when you appreciate it.
Yeah.
Don't let that be you. Make the change right now. If you desire to have a quality life, to be there for your kids, now, do it now.
Now is the time. I love it. So good. Thank you so much, Keith. We appreciate it. And we'll get all this information out to the rest of you. Enjoy your day.
Good one, everybody. Bye.